Hi, my name is Bimpe Data, and as you know, I love listening to people's stories. Thank you and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be speaking to a friend who is an economist from his native country but now works as a data analyst in the UK. What inspires me about his story is his passion, his zeal, and his belief in what he can do. I'm not here to tell his story. Let's welcome Debo. Hi Debo.
Hi Binti.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Thanks for having me over.
You're welcome.
In your beautiful mansion.
Alright, mansion. Okay.
Are you ready for my first usual question? When did you first meet me?
To be honest, it's been a while though, so I might struggle to remember. But yeah, maybe Camp Joseph or possibly, I think it's going to be a camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Camp Joseph is a youth thing. There's a group called Young Disciples International, and we used to meet every year and just encourage each other, see where we are at. So he's talking about one of them. But I think the first time I remember seeing you was at a meeting in YDI.
Oh.
Then we were at the first building.
Yeah.
We were having a meeting to plan this Camp Joseph.
Oh, okay.
So we were all sitting, planning, and I was looking at you and I was saying, this guy is really, into this thing. Who is this short guy?
Seriously?
But your zeal, your passion for your faith, those things really inspire me and continue to inspire me about you. Thank you once again for having me.
No problem. You're welcome.
So my first question is, what brought you to the UK?
To be honest, if I think back in Nigeria, it was the standard thing for most middle class for you to go to uni, and after your BSc for you to try and get a master's degree so that you can be competitive in the market. So for me then, I was meant to go through that same cycle like my elder brother. So I had the option of going to Lagos Business School, and I was preparing for that, but my best friend was in the UK then, and he suggested for me to come over to the UK to study to get my MBA. So it was a case of family wanted Lagos Business School. My friend advised me to come to the UK. I prayed about it, sought counsel, and at the end of the day, I decided to choose the UK. So that was why I came into the UK to get my MBA in 2009.
2009?
Yes.
Okay, and you've been here since?
Oh, yeah.
So what's kept you?
Oh, okay, good question. So, as we know, so my MBA was for 1 year, and after that, as customary, I got my post-study. But during the 2 years post-study, I decided to seek the face of God on what was my next step. So it was a case of, God, do you want me here? And do you have a purpose for me in the UK, or should I plan to get back to Nigeria? At the time I was going to make that decision, my wife now, we're not married then, she was preparing to come to the UK for her masters as well. So I heard from God that he wants me here. He's got a plan, he's got an assignment for me to do in the UK. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. If that's what you want, I'm gonna stay. So I stayed, and everything else, God made it work.
Wow. So, do you want to share what that assignment is? Is it the assignment that has kept you, or is it life in the UK?
To be fair, if I say it's the assignment, I must sound quite religious, but it's actually the truth. Yeah, it's actually the truth for me. So what I heard from God was, okay, you're a member of a local church. I've got a purpose for you to serve there and to help the church to grow. And I said, God, if you want me to do that, then you have to make a way. And that was it. And I was able to, the company I was working for then, even though I've been told they've never sponsored people before.
Wow.
They don't do it because it's just a lot of hassles. I found out that there was a job opening. By this time, I think I had 8 months left on my visa. I found a job opening, and a friend told me he was going to apply for it, a colleague, and I decided to apply for it as well. And I applied, and out of the 10 people that was interviewed, I was the only one chosen. And later I got to learn, they said I was the only one that they thought was good enough for the job. So when I joined that role within the company, and after a few months, they were talking about, we need to keep you. I found favor, and they said they need to keep me, and that was the started the process of getting me sponsored.
Are there things outside your faith, character, attributes, that you possess that helped you get the job, retain the job, and remain in the UK till now?
I really did not know these things were positive until I started collecting the feedback from people.
Right.
So all I know about myself is I've got a mindset that whatever you have to do it well. Do it with all your strength, all your might. And I also have the mindset that if you're serving or working for someone, put in 101%, because someday you probably hope other people will work for you, and you will like people to put in as much effort as they can. So all the while in all my job, I always strive to be the best. You know what? I know a lot of people possibly take the make out of their jobs or how the system that I didn't. I'm kind of like a workaholic. I'm very goal driven. So if I know there's a target, I just want to work towards that target, because when I don't achieve target, it kind of puts me down.
Right.
So all along, I think people that I've worked for, apart from the fact that God favors me with them, they've seen that attitude of can do. I don't take no for an answer. I'm always willing to learn and be dedicated at whatever I do. So yeah, I believe those traits of being focused, goal driven, very oriented has really kept me and has made me find favor with people.
So some people believe that it's difficult to get a job as a foreigner in the UK, or even when you manage to get a job, you have a lot of problems at work, and to retain that job can be difficult. What do you have to say to such a person that has such a mentality? For example, I know somebody who always asks, how do you even sit in an office with all white people? Is there anything to say to encourage such a person?
Yes, I think the root of that problem, based on my experience and my understanding, is exposure and what people have been told.
Right.
So I think there are many preconceptions that people have about the UK, about the Caucasian people, about people of other ethnicity,
Right.
that when people get to meet them, they already have a preconceived mindset, and that blocks them from being open-minded.
Right.
Now, I personally believe that ignore whatever you've been told. Don't let that drive you. Rather, you come with an open mind.
Okay.
Try and get your own experience with these people. Come with an open mind. You've got no hidden agenda. You've got no biasness in your heart. You come with a clean heart. You just want to love people. You want to relate with people. And then let them turn around and take that love you're sharing and let them throw it back at you. Then you can then come with your own, you can derive your own conclusion, rather than taking someone else's story and using that to judge people. Because one thing I always say is, you don't know what that person could have done to warrant that sort of reaction from people.
Sure.
And with that mindset, to be honest, every single place I've worked, I've always found favor and I get loved. Now, I'm not saying you wouldn't find one or two people that can be nasty,
Yeah.
but it's not on you. And with my faith and belief, it's a case of love your neighbor
Right.
as yourself. Regardless, it's not a case of love them when they love you, but rather you love them as yourself. And because you would always love yourself, regardless of what you are doing to yourself, I believe, just go with an open mind. If they curse you, smile, hug them, tell them you love them.
Yeah, excellent.
So that's my mindset.
Right. So thank you for that. Your native country is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Any plans to go back home?
Oh yeah, on vacation. On the serious note, I think that would have to be dependent on the person that told me to stay here,
Right.
which is God. So if God tells me tomorrow and I hear clearly that I need you back for an assignment, happy days, I'll go, because I've seen how he has favored and opened doors for me. So I really don't want to frustrate his grace. So if he tells me to go back, then I'm going to be confident that he's going to open doors back home, one, and also I will find things smooth for me.
So you are a data analyst.
Yes.
Are there exams to write, courses to take? What can make you an economist? Are there things to do to become a data analyst in the UK?
Oh yeah. So there are trainings that you can do to learn the trade, to learn how it's been done, and what skills that you need, and knowledge of what tools that you need to become an efficient data analyst. For me, I was quite lucky, or should I say favored, because I got trained by one of my companies I was working on. I got sent on training courses and everything. But to be fair, I think what has kept me in that role is not just about the training, but it's about my personality as well. So I'm a very logical person. I love to think a lot. I love to solve problems. So if I recollect, when I went on that training, we were about 5 people that were sent by the team on the training. By the time we came back, I was the one that was more interested in what I could do with data. And it wasn't because we're being forced to do it, but it was because I had a passion for solving problems, analytical problems.
Right.
You get? So others, because of their personalities, they couldn't just be bothered. So when we came back, within a short period of time, I became the master contact regarding data. And the more I kept using it, the more I kept falling in love with data analysis, and like that I grew and I learned more. So I think my personality really helped in terms of being a logical, analytical person, someone that likes to think a lot. Really helped me in becoming what I classify as an efficient data analyst.
So do you need an MBA to be a data analyst? Do you need to study data analysis? Something. What do you need to do, like professional wise?
So the good thing about the UK is the fact that, and I believe that also applies to most of the developed nations, is the fact that they really count on knowledge and experience for you to be able to grow up in your profession, for some profession, rather than you acquiring the certification.
Right.
So yes, I did economics as my as an undergrad, and I've got an MBA, Masters in Business Administration, but all that doesn't align to data analysis, except maybe you could say, yeah, you can become a manager and your MBA could come effective. But to be honest, you can actually go for certification. There are organizations that specialize in training people for these courses.
Right.
Yes, in universities now, there are specific courses that actually focus on data analysis or business analysis. All well and good if you can get that, that is also very good, because that would already give you a foundation into that part of the world. But if you don't have that, it doesn't mean it's not too late. All you have to do is enroll in a certified organization that can train you within weeks, and then you can learn the trade.
Weeks?
Yeah, because it's going to be intensive training, and it's something whereby you practice at home on your local laptop.
Right.
And as soon as you get used to it, then you can actually put yourself out there in the real world to say, you know what, I know data analysis, I know how to think about data, I would like to offer my services, and then by the grace of God, you will get those roles. Yeah, so you don't really need university qualifications. You can pick it up by attending or going, you can learn on the job, or you can attend one of these specialized training courses.
So like just Google training courses for data analysis, and things will come up.
There will be a lot, because everyone is trying to offer the services, but you have to be careful that whichever one you want to do, you get is actually recommended and is certified, just so that you don't get scammed, or you just don't waste your time and your money.
Excellent.
So you have to make sure that, if possible, speak to someone that is already in that line and see if they have any referrals.
Right, okay, that's a good one. Okay, so what would you change in the UK?
So I love to go on holidays with my family. Every December, we love to go to somewhere really warm, whereby we can walk around in shorts and relax. So if I could change anything, I think maybe the weather.
Okay.
But obviously that's out of man's power.
That's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. But yeah, to be honest, if I've got power to change anything in the UK, I think the mindset of the
local people.
Yeah, I was going to say the local people towards foreigners or immigrants. And the reason why I've mentioned that is, unfortunately, there is a lot of misconception that people have about foreigners.
Right.
And it doesn't really help when even some foreigners come to the UK and they don't help to correct that mindset, So for me, that unfortunately now affects every other person.
Yeah.
So when people hear of country Nigeria, the first thing that would likely come to their mind is corruption, scam, the Nigerian praise, or people are lazy, people don't want, and because of that misconception, we have to try harder to be accepted, to be recognized. So yes, we're trying, because you want people to be able to say you're the first Nigerian, or you are the second Nigerian I've seen that has a different positive attitude. We need to start from there. Every Nigerian is not the same.
Yeah.
Same way every British person is not the same. So even among the locals, there will always be bad eggs. So for us as Nigerian, yes, you might have heard stories, you might have read things about what some Nigerians have done, but also you need to read the positive ones as well, and realize that there are positives a lot, even from countries, from African countries. Therefore, let's hold on to the positives and give us a chance. And for people that come in here, for them to drop any negative vices that they might have picked up from their native country, and just have a different mindset while they are living here, so that we can correct any misconception people might have.
Excellent. So with your profession, obviously everyone faces challenges. Even in your native country, you would have faced challenges while schooling and things like that, or if you were working in Nigeria. What are the challenges you face that you don't mind sharing as a professional in the UK?
Okay, so professionally, like you said, I'm a data analyst, I'm a contractor.
Right.
So when I say contractor, it means my roles are always on short-term basis, like 3 months, 6 months. There is a tendency for you to have a job for few months, and there might be some months or weeks whereby you might not have any source of earning. So in terms of challenges, yeah, that's one of them.
Okay.
But obviously, it's a decision that I and my family are taking that, yeah, that's the best approach, because for me, you learn a lot professionally when you work for different companies within years, because you learn new tools, new systems that they use, and that helps your knowledge in what you do. It's short term. You don't get the benefit of a full-time permanent employee. So what will likely happen is, if I don't go to work on a certain day, I'm not going to get paid.
Yeah.
If I call in sick or if I fall sick, I'm not going to get paid. So those are the challenges, but the rewards as well should be able to cover those challenges, so that you don't hold on to that and use that to discourage yourself from doing it. So yeah, I think that's a major one for me. But apart from that, yeah, it's been all right.
So how do you manage the weeks that you don't have a job? What do you do?
So like I said, the reward has to really benefit. So in our line of work, if you work few weeks, you should be able to earn a lot, that if you don't have to work for some days, or you take time off to refresh or spend with the family, you really wouldn't feel it financially, because you've already worked and you've been able to earn a lot to cover that period. So yeah.
So you wouldn't discourage anyone from being a contractor?
You have to make sure that as a family, number one, you are quite prudent, that you are saving for that period that you might not have a role, so that you don't end up losing out or getting yourself into financial difficulty. So I wouldn't discourage, but it's just going to take a lot of planning and making sure that the only reason why you're doing this is so that you can build a stable financial life for your family, that what you are earning within that short period of time, you are investing into something that can sustain you guys when no roles are coming. So I wouldn't discourage, but you might be walking away from home. You might have to work in another city, another town. Can your family sustain that? Will your family understand your children? There are a lot of things you need to put in place. So there is no direct answer to that. You have to look at your family dynamics and decide.
Excellent. So Debo, you've said a lot, but I just want you to advise anyone who is coming to the UK, like, what are golden nuggets you would want to give them here?
So I'm going to just use my life as an example and what I've observed from people. Yes, everyone wants a better life. Everyone wants a better quality of life. So I get calls daily from people, from friends back in Nigeria, saying they want to move, they want to relocate. Nigeria is not, and I tell them that, to be honest, it's a good idea, but the only thing I can tell you is you have to make sure that God's directing you, because you don't want to go. There are people in this country that are immigrants or they've relocated, but doesn't mean that their life is better. They might even be better being back in Nigeria than in the UK. So first thing you want to do is to make sure God is leading you, and then number two, you are directed. Like, you just not coming and joining the crowd. You have to be focused. You have to know what you are here for, and then you have to be determined to achieve those goals legally. Because there's tendency, people will tell you, oh, everyone is doing this, let's go. Some of these things might sound good, but they might not be God. So you don't want to get caught up with the crowd and do what everyone is doing. You want to make sure that your steps have been ordered so that things can work together for your good. So yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
I'll be back for my nice dinner in your next planned mansion.
Fantastic, no problem. We would like to have you. We look forward to having you.
Wow. Thank you guys for watching. So keep your faith, believe, be open-minded, be zealous, be genuinely interested in your job, love your neighbor, and you will do well. If you have any comments or questions, please pop it down below and we'll do our best to answer them. Thank you very much.